So welcome back to our next video, and in this one we're talking about how do we finalize our grant obligations. And really we've covered most of this off on our previous videos in this section, but I don't want to leave it at just we've now completed the project and we've done our reporting, etc. I believe there's another component that we want to do, and this is part of that stuff that we talk about around building the relationships. As we've talked about before and throughout this whole series and throughout this MOOC, the grant agency can provide future references or links to other grant programs. You may make a future application to that same agency. It's critical to not only say, okay, well, yeah, we thanks for your money and we're gone, but look at building that as a partnership or relationship. And so keep in contact with them every once in a while. Maybe do some updates on some other projects or initiatives that you're doing. It never hurts to go back to them and say, we thought that was a great success, worked really well. We're thinking about we might be able to build on this in the future. You may even go through some of their objectives within their grant applications, and you may look and think, yeah, we've got a really great project that would fit this kind of area for you, etc. But look at that. As I say, it's there's no requirement here that says we have an obligation, I guess, to build that relationship or to do this with the grant. But from an organizational standpoint, take the time to do that, because it is about the long term with many organizations, and whether or not you're there as the person making future grant applications to this organization. Remember, you not only represent yourself, but you represent your organization, so it's a great way to start to build on that relationship. The other area that I like to say, regardless of whatever it is that we do, is hopefully to over deliver. Within our grant application, we said some things that we wanted to do. But what are the little things that we could do to make it a more positive experience for not only us doing this project, but for that grant agency, that they're not sort of just feeling like, oh yeah, we're as good as the money that we gave you, sort of thing. And I think that's some of the stuff around the recognition. And often it's creating within our project as well some of the hands-on opportunities for that grant agency to see the actual impact that that project did, to see the good that it's coming from that. What was the result of that. It's great as well to have some of these people in some of those grant agencies. They're talking with other people in their networks to let them know of a group that they were really happy with, of a grant that they did. It goes to your credibility. It may create some new links for you. The others provide an opportunity, and you could do it by, if you've got sponsors that maybe have been involved with that program, or other funders or whatever, to have a day where they can come in and see some of this stuff. Or maybe you do it's at the end of the project, if it's a capital thing, or if it's a playground that you're looking to get some construction done on, if you have an opening for that, you have maybe a reception for some of those people. It doesn't have to be anything complicated, but a chance for those people even to network and to make some of the links with their organization, because a lot of grant organizations often are looking for some other resources or other areas that they may be able to help out as well. So we can provide some of those opportunities if we do it. The website, we talked about using the internet, but the website is a great way to do some acknowledgement of your sponsors, of your funding partners, of those grant agencies that help some of your program being a success, and let them know that. Okay, so it is about that of not coming back to them, maybe even if it's something that you did in your project. We talked about maybe doing revisions before, but it may have been something that you did an enhancement to your project that wasn't even part of the original budget submission that you made, or your grant application to that agency. Let them know some of those things, and it's kind of like, yeah, we had a bigger impact here than we thought we would. We didn't come back to the grant agency trying to get more money for that thing, but just those type of things, to be able to show how, as an organization, you have the capabilities to not only do what you said you were going to do, but to go that extra little step and mile, and it'll lead, and it'll pay all those dividends to you and your organization in the future with your relationship with that group, but also the connects that they have and the impression that you leave within their agency and also within the community. So that's it for this module. Keep working at things and have some fun with your grant writing.